Tony from JRNY Crypto is one of the biggest crypto influencers in the space and has had some massive 20x coin predictions in the past. He got into Cardano at 5 cents, BNB at $9, and StormX at just 1/5 of a cent. And right now, he's taking advantage of the downturn in the market to dollar cost average his way into some new tokens that he believes will skyrocket once the bull market returns. In this video, I want to reveal exactly what he's buying, how he finds these underpriced 20x tokens, and if I personally think these tokens are a good idea. So let's start with the big, boring ones and get them out the way. Tony's buying into Ethereum, at roughly $1,200 per token and a fully diluted market cap of 146 billion. Tony says in terms of utility, Ethereum is the juggernaut in the room. Well, he doesn't specifically say juggernaut, but he says Ethereum is massive. And the majority of dApps, which is a decentralized application, are being built right there on the Ethereum chain. Tony says he's excited to see the upcoming sharding updates on ETH that will greatly reduce gas fees, but of course wants to make sure that you're actually staking your Ethereum tokens, otherwise you're missing out on 5% on your tokens per year. Tony recently tweeted that ETH institutional adoption is about to skyrocket in 2023. Now, staying with cryptos with a larger market cap for the moment, Tony's picking up 3 more, starting with BNB. This is the native token for the largest centralized exchange, Binance. Currently has a $59 billion fully diluted market cap and has a buyback and burn scheme that is helping create a deflationary asset. Next up, Tony is also buying some ADA, which, if you haven't heard of it yet, is a layer 1 token that is trying to solve the scalability and smart contract issues that Ethereum is having. Tony says ADA has huge potential and is down from a $3 all-time high to just 31 cents and a $14 billion fully diluted market cap. Tony tweeted, "I find it amazing that someone can find value in Bitcoin but then completely block out the rest of the crypto space. ADA is still one of my top bags, by the way, and I'm looking to stack a lot more soon." And another layer 1 scaling solution to Ethereum that Tony is buying into is Avalanche or AVAX. JRNY bought in at around $11 per token, which puts it just under a $10 billion market cap. Now, as we work our way down the list, the coins get more and more exciting because the market caps get lower, and therefore the upside potential, theoretically, is way more. So let's have a look at the tokens that have a medium-sized market cap that Tony is currently buying. So firstly, just like Alex Becker, Tony is a massive fan of Chainlink, which is an oracle that provides real-world data to smart contracts and the blockchain. This could be something like financial data, which might be used in a smart contract, or imagine playing in a decentralized fantasy football league where the players and the teams are made up of NFT tokens. You're going to need somebody or something to update the live scores, the stats, if a player is injured or not, from the real world data onto this actual blockchain asset. And Chainlink will do this. And not only do it, but do it in a decentralized way where you can actually trust the data. And Tony says once the metaverse really arrives, Chainlink and oracles are going to play a huge part. And so he scooped up a bag of Chainlink at just under $6. And if you're like me, which you probably are if you're watching this video, you might want to see when an influencer actually buys the token and not when he shields it to the mainstream fans on Twitter maybe a week afterward. Or even worse than that, when I make a video about the tweet that he shielded to his fans a week after he actually bought the token. Well, that's why we use a simple software inside our Patreon which shows you exactly when whales and crypto influencers buy tokens so that you can use that info to go and do more research for yourself. We also do rising token breakdowns and analyze new and exciting projects that come into the crypto space before they have massive market cap. If that sounds of any interest to you, I'll leave the link in the description below, but do make sure you jump in if there are seats available because we only release a handful at a time as we launch new video. If that's not for you, just keep enjoying the free content. Now, the next crypto that Tony from JRNY Crypto is actually buying into is not to be confused with Chainlink that we just discussed. It's actually called ChainXCN, and you might not have heard about it before, and that would be because ChainXCN was actually released this year and has never actually seen a bull cycle. But despite that, the coin's performance has been fantastic. It actually spiked to over a $10 billion valuation before settling around $2.2 billion fully diluted market cap that we're now seeing. But what exactly do they do? How the hell did they get to a $10 billion valuation? Well, ChainXCN was founded by another Harvard graduate whose name is Adam Ludwin, and their aim is to enable organizations to build better financial services using the power of Web3. And they've previously worked with massive names such as Visa, NASDAQ, and Citibank. We then have a project called EOS, which to be honest, I knew nothing about. but it was once at an $18 billion fully diluted market cap. And Tony says the company behind EOS was called Block One. Now they went ahead and raised a lot of money for this project and then apparently wasted time creating things that don't actually create utility for the project and the community. So their price since dropped from all-time highs all the way down to 90 cents. And now the fully diluted market cap is under $1 billion. Well, why the hell is Tony buying EOS then? Well, apparently the EOS community actually had a mutiny and threw out the the original leadership who weren't leading the team the way they wanted. They've now installed new leaders who they want to turn the ship around, and apparently this ship has a lot of potential. Even Vitalik called EOS Ethereum on steroids, quoting that they have a smart contract platform with much higher scalability and speed. Now, the next token is the one that Tony has actually been scooping up the most of over the last month. And if you haven't guessed it, it is ApeCoin by the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Tony tweeted, "I saw the potential for crypto and NFTs from the economy within World of Warcraft. People spending thousands for digital gold that could be easily earned in game. I believe other side meta using ApeCoin will be the World of Warcraft of the blockchain space on a much larger scale." But why buy now? Well, Tony sees the dip in the market as an excellent opportunity to get in at about $2.70. And even though it already has a $3 billion fully diluted market cap, Tony says that the decreased supply from staking plus increased demand from new launches coming in the short term will probably have a very bullish impact on this ecosystem. Now, similar to the ape narrative, JRNYCrypto, or Tony, is also investing in Sand. No, not that kind of Sand, the Sand token from Sandbox, which is down from all-time highs of $7 to just over 50 cents and a fully diluted market cap of 1.6 billion. Tony highlights that this project could be the Minecraft of Web3. And if anyone's ever been to the YouTube trending page before, you'll know that Minecraft is massive. Although he did say that there is more upside in ApeCoin than there will be in Sandbox, he did tweet that Sandbox will be bigger than Decentraland and Axie Infinity combined. And funny enough, talking about Axie Infinity, that is the next token that JRNYCrypto is scooping up. Oh, actually, it's the only token that he's mentioned that he's not personally scooping up, but says it might be a good investment. JRNY said this when Axie was priced at just under $7 and close to a $2 billion fully diluted market cap. And lastly, Tony is a huge fan of IMX, or Immutable X. Down from $9 at their all-time high to just 40 cents and an $866 million fully diluted market cap, Tony thinks that IMX could be positioned to do some amazing things following the trail blazed by Polygon. He does, however, warn here that the price will likely be driven down in the short term due to the circulating supply of this token increasing over a very short period of time. Now, this leads me to, how does Tony actually uncover gems like this, or even gems that have smaller market cap? Well, of course, Tony has been in this space a very long time and has a track record of some pretty incredible return. He says that he personally uses tools like Google Trends to track the demand and interest in a token at any point in time. He also uses something called CoinMarketCal to discover new projects based on any events they may have upcoming, and actually likes to invest in tokens about 1 month before they have an upcoming event so he can buy the rumor and sell the news. And of course, he highly recommends Twitter, but of course you have to be following the right people. A really simple strategy that I like using is just simply going over to Tony's Twitter, click on following, and go make a list of everybody that Tony's currently following so you can see his exact news feed when he logs into his Twitter on your list. Now, we personally have found it really hard to come across new tokens that have small market caps before they hit the mainstream narrative. We've been trying a few different strategies, but one we've recently committed to is literally sifting through every single cryptocurrency in the top 1,000 when sorted by market cap. We're currently running a March Madness style bracket playoff where we're going through those top 1,000 so we can save you weeks of research. Once again, if you're interested, a link will be in the description below. And finally, what are my thoughts on these Tony tokens? Well, although Tony's had a really successful past, I actually think it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's going to be so many more opportunities coming up in the next 10 years, and also Tony's honing his skills to be sharper and sharper at picking what tokens are going to take off and which ones are really just rug pull. And of course, like Tony, if you're investing in any of these tokens, make sure to dollar cost average in and dollar cost average out, because you actually increase the average return that you get on the token and decrease the average amount that you lose on the ones that don't do so well. It's always important to know though, in a bear market, almost every token will go down, even if they have awesome utility, of course, except Casper, which we documented here about 2 months ago, which is absolutely soaring to all-time high. Out of this entire list, I really enjoyed learning about ChainXCN, which I hadn't heard before, and it seems to be doing some pretty awesome things. Although it does have a relatively large market cap already, I will be doing some more research on it and potentially scooping up a little bit myself. Thanks for watching.